Hello, welcome. I am Teresa with Keep in Touch Crafts, coming to you from Oak Grove, Minnesota. I appreciate you joining me tonight. We're going to be doing a little treat box that we can use for Thanksgiving or however you choose to decorate your box. You'll be able to use that for other festivities, as I said in my description, as well. So welcome, whether you're watching from YouTube or Facebook or on the replay, whenever you're catching this, welcome, and feel free to say hey and leave a comment or a share or a like or a thumbs up or whatever. So thanks for your support. I really appreciate it very much. As I said, we're going to be thinking of fall or Thanksgiving type of treat box here, but you can make this just like most of my projects that I come to you with. Most of them are usually adaptable to any type of party or get together, so you can use it year round. This is one of those, if you make a little template or a pattern, keep it on hand, and then when you need one real quick, then you're going to have an idea. Let's go take a look right away. We're going to get to it and see if we can get through this here in a timely manner, and then if you stick around, then you'll be able to have a peek at a bunch of swaps that I had received recently from other people, which are a great way to be able to see what other people are making. You can see a lot of just get a lot of ideas for and inspiration for things that you want to make in the future. So let's go ahead and get going here. I'm gonna put the camera down. Let me see here. If you have any questions and you need any help with anything, please feel free to contact me. I'm just gonna look for that slide to tell you. Here's my website, and all my information will be on my website. If you want to go there and ask questions or look around, feel free. Okay guys, let's take a look at my desktop here. There we go. We're going to be using this color cardstock today. This is the crumb cake, and you can gather some ribbon. This is just one of our in-color ribbons that we have. That's in our annual catalog. The color is pale papaya, but it's just a very muted color, so I thought that would work well with what we're doing. And I'm just taking a look here. Sorry guys, I'm just checking my live to make sure that it's going, so hang on one second. I'm hoping it is. It's still showing the intro, so it does lag. I'm hoping that we're all good to go. There we are. I see it. I see it. Yay, we're good. Okay, sorry about that interruption. Now get some ribbon. You can use ribbon with this. I am using my trusty old, some of my palette that I like to use for this time of year. You can use Mary Merlot, Blackberry Bliss, or any other kind of a plumish color like that. I'm using crushed curry and pumpkin pie. You can use any type of a stamp set that is kind of this fall. I will show you two that I didn't use that I've used for other samples. This gathered wheat would work really well. This image here would work nice for it. And the Simply Thankful for All You Do, Thinking of You, any of those sentiments would go well on our project today. And sometimes it's just nice to have this speckled stamp. You can just it just adds interest to the background and breaks up some of the white space sometimes if you need that. So that's another nice nice stamp that's in this gathered wheat set. I have a sample, but I'm not using it yet, but I'll show you later. Soft Seedlings is another one that you can use. Just such a beautiful stamp set, and you would be able to put So Grateful is really nice. It's kind of that scripty handwritten look there to the font of this one, and I'll show you a sample with that later. But tonight I'm going to use the Hello Harvest, and I'm just going to be stamping on the side of our box and then doing some other good things with that. And but this is a very flexible type of project, so you can make it your own, however you want to do that. I am going to be using our brick and mortar embossing folder. And this one is a 3D embossing folder, so it is not just high and low, but there's lots of different heights and a lot of, what is it, texture and that kind of thing that you can get from these, which are super nice. So we'll use that too. And some other things you might want to get is if you have daubers, you might want to use those. This would work really nice too for this, although I'm not using this tonight, but this is the Leaf Label and Amber Gem Combo Pack. I think I might be using these tonight out of that. It comes with these really cute die cut leaves. If I can get this out of here. Oh. Okay, that's easier said than done apparently. I have new storage for all my like gem things and my, wow, this one, I don't know how I got it in there. That's not way here. Practically gonna have to wreck it. Okay, it comes with these maple leaves on it, so this would really be a nice way to decorate the project we're doing tonight as well. I'm not doing that, but it would really make it quick and easy. I may use these too. So there's just so many possibilities. Just kind of depends on the look you're going for. I am going to be stamping this pumpkin, and for sure I'm going to be stamping the leaf. This is one of my favorite stamps recently because this, I don't know, just the way they made it, it has such a pretty image when you stamp with it, and you'll see that. You can choose to use sentiments if you'd like. What I'm going to do first is cut the cardstock. So I'm going to set this stuff aside. Oh, another thing, that if you happen to have a tag topper, so this one is called, thought I had the name on it. Let me look in our catalog quick. Because that is, usually we have some type of a tag topper, and that is a really nice tool to have. They are a punch, and they're super nice for this type of project and for lots of uses. But this is one way that you can do it, is what I'm going to show you today. So where are you, tag topper? I thought we had one. I should have looked this up, right? Oh goodness. I was just going to find the right one for you, but I don't know why I'm not finding it. Let's look in our other catalog. Gosh. I don't know if anybody's watching, if you could tell me where, because I thought we had one right now, a tag topper. But it's not jumping out at me at the moment. But we've had several throughout the years. You do not have to use a tag topper. You could use a die, or you could just use a corner rounder. You'll see what I'm talking about in a bit. But the quickest and easiest way is to use the tag topper type of a punch. Okay, and it punches a hole, and a 2-inch wide strip can fit in there. Oh, and I don't need this banner on here anymore, do I? Sorry, guys. Hang on here. We don't need that. Okay, so we'll grab that as well. You could just use a hole punch if you want. Let's start with cutting this. Oops. Okay, so we're going to cut 2 pieces off of our card stack here. I'm using crumb cake, and we are going to be scoring and cutting. Your first cut is going to be, let me pull that back a little bit, a strip that is 2 inches wide by 9.5. So the long way here, you're going to cut a 2-inch strip. All right, and then the length of this one, as I said, is 9.5. So we'll extend that arm out, and the 9.5 is down here on there. So I am going to go ahead and trim this at that 9.5. Then while we're having it in this slot here, let's score this piece, and we're going to bring it back, and we're going to score it at 3 3/4. You can see right here, it's on the 3 3/4. And we're going to use the gray, whoops, there we go. We're going to use this gray scoring blade. It doesn't cut, obviously. So 3 3/4 and 5 3/4 on this piece, and give that a good score. So you have this, I don't know if you can see those score marks in there. There's a score line here, and then here. All right, now your other sheet or your other piece that we're going to cut out can be just cut from one of these ends that's left from that 8.5 by 11 cardstock sheet. This one has a width of 2 3/4. So cut a piece off that is 2 3/4 of an inch wide. And then the length is going to be 6 inches. So you do cut off about, a half of an inch off of one end. So now you have that 2 3/4 by 6 inches. Now we're going to also do some scoring on this piece. We're going to go back and score it at 2 inches. And again, we're going to just use that scoring blade. And then 4 inches. We are going to rotate that, and we're going to score on this long side as well. So since it's just a short amount or a small amount in, I'm going to actually push it out to the right side here. I don't need this arm anymore. There we go. So I am going to go to 3/8 of an inch, which is, here's 1/4 of an inch, and then I go another half of a square or whatever. So that's 3/8 of an inch. So we're going to go 3/8 of an inch on each long edge. So we'll completely turn it again and go to 3/8 here as well. And that's all we need to do for the cutting, or for the with our paper trimmer. And now you want to get your bone folder out, and we'll do some creasing. We're going to do some stamping and punching and all that good stuff. So I am going to start by going ahead and folding on all of those score lines, because I don't want to forget to do that, because it really can make a big difference on your project. So I want to do that right away so I don't forget. And this one, oh, we do need to trim this one, but let's go ahead and do this first. I'm putting those long sides up here and giving that a quick score. Wonder where that red came from. Wow, I must have had something on my bone folder. I wonder, oh, I think I see the culprit. So I have a little holder for my tools, and it looks like I had a pink pen explode. And so it got on my bone folder. I'll have to see if I have a clean one now. Wow, that's not good. Of course it happens now. Of course, right? Oh, goodness. If you don't have a bone folder, there's other things you can use too. But I have another one here, so I'll use that. But I do see that I got a little pink on here. I am going to recut this piece. Sorry, guys. I just don't want big pink blobs on there. So we're going to get practice on this one. This is that second piece that we did that is, let me see, make sure, yep, it's 2 3/4. Two and 3/4 by 6. All right, and that was scored at 2 and 4, and then that 3/8 of an inch on the long side, and on the other long side as well. Okay, I thought we were done, but no. That'd be too easy. And we were going to use our bone folder and get crisp edges. Okay, hope you're all doing well this week and you're having a good week and starting to feel like fall and Thanksgiving and all those fall things are upon us. It's almost time for Halloween here. So I don't know how that happened, but time flies when you're having fun, right? Grab tear and tape. That's going to be something you're going to want to use. And let's grab our little paper snips. I don't want my, there we go. So whatever paper snips you have, we're going to be doing a little cutting on this piece that has those side scoring lines. And what we're going to do is we're basically going to get rid of this center section on both sides, but we're going to kind of make a tab. So I'm going to cut in just a little bit right here. I'm going to see where okay, I'm just cutting it at a little bit of an angle. And I'm going to do the same on this side, cutting it at a little bit of an angle. And then I'm going to cut off this whole piece there. Okay, so you can see it's kind of a notch here. And then we'll repeat that on this other side. So make a little bit of an angle cut, just a small one. I think of it kind of as like a tab then. And cut right on that score line. Okay, and one other thing to do with this piece is to flip it over so that I kind of have these, I think of that as kind of being like this. Okay, so it's all inward like so. Flip it over, and we're going to put tear and tape on all 4 of those tabs so that it's all ready to go when we are putting it together. We'll just pull the liner off. So we're getting that piece all ready. We might do a little stamping on here too. And we might do a little punching. But other than that, this piece is pretty much ready. Then we're going to put some tear and tape on this piece. And we are going to put it on this is kind of the inside of our project. So the inside along the edge on both sides. So if you're thinking about it, so this one is on the inside and this kind of is on the outside. At least that's how I'm thinking of it. Inside of our project, outside of our project. So that's where the tear and tape goes. All right. Now we can bring in, if you're going to be using a punch, the tag topper punch. I know this one had I just had the name on it not too long ago. It's bugging me. And I don't recall. Ugh. So if you have a tag topper punch, pull that in. If you want your box to just have a plain flat edge on it, that's no problem. That's totally fine to do. You do not have to do the punching part. You could also even just use like a border die, and you could just kind of have a scalloped edge here, or if you have some of those scissors, remember back in the day when they had the patterns and stuff. So that's totally up to you how you want your box to look, but I am going to show you using a punch. So I'm going to fold these pieces back. I'm going to put it in this tray, and that's 2 inches. In fact, I might just go this way with it. And I'm pushing it in all the way, and I'm going to turn it upside down and take a peek and make sure it's where I want it. And you can see right here just where it is exactly. And it's right where I want it, pushed up, and it's centered side by side. So we'll give that a punch. And we'll throw that piece away, and we're going to do the other end. So you can see how that kind of looks. All right. This is, I feel like it's kind of choppy. I hope this isn't, the whole thing isn't like really choppy. Might not be my best playback tonight. I don't know how my internet's doing. All right, again, I'm looking at it, and it's completely centered. So we have both ends on this smaller piece done, and we're going to punch on the ends of our larger piece as well. Okay, so we have this larger than, I think it was, this one was 2 by 9.5, and we're going to punch each of the ends on this one too. Okay. Okay, get those little pieces out of there. And that one is completed. Okay, like so. And we are going to do a little stamping next, I believe. Okay, so you can grab your stamps, and this is going to be kind of a little treat box like I was saying. So it's going to be, this is going to be the side that either one of these 2 sides are really going to show depending on which way you have your box. And then this one is going to be the side. So just this little bit is going to show for the sides. So we can decide how we want to decorate all of that. So go ahead and I'm going to get the, I'm getting the pumpkin pie, but I feel like I want a darker, maybe I'll go black. I don't know. We'll just do this. Pumpkin pie on the pumpkin. That makes sense. Just trying to make sure this is inked up really well. And if you're ever not sure, if you're thinking, oh, I hope it looks good, don't be afraid to stamp it on the edge of your paper and take a look and see how that looks. And I think that'll be okay. I'm almost feeling like I should have it darker, but we can color that in a moment too. So I am just going to kind of stamp here. Now it is going off of the edges, and that's totally fine. Okay, so that's coming off the edges, but that's, like I said, that's what I expected it to do. And I'm going to do another one on this side so that either side can show. All right, then I'm going to pull in this little one here, and I want to just do a little bit of decorating with stamps on this piece here. And I'm going to use the little, or the leaf. This is the oak leaf, I believe. And you can just kind of see how you want it to look on there, but this is such a cool image. One thing I like to do with this, ooh, sorry, I just got my hand in the ink. If you use the Blackberry Bliss and you stamp it twice, it'll have a dark image and then a little bit lighter image. And again, I'm going to try that on the side just to see. Can you see it? I don't know, I might have gone too far over. You can see that one at least, but you're going to stamp here. I think I want to go one Mary Merlot, or one of these, no, it's Blackberry Bliss. One dark one right in the middle. And then I'm going to go one upright and one to the side. And so it looks like 2 or 3 different ink colors. Kind of a little bit of a spray, I guess you'd say. And if you think that's a little bit much, you can just do 1 or 2 if you'd rather. But we're going to do, I'll do 2 on this side and see how that looks. Okay, like so. All right, so this is just going to have a little bit of a hint of some leaves on there. And we could even do some leaves on here and other places, but I think I'm going to just leave it like so. I just love this image, so I just want to stamp it all over. Okay, that is done. And then I do want to add a little bit of color into our pumpkins. And so let's bring the 2 colors here, and I am going to grab a blend. Just anything that can be brown is going to be used on the stem. And let's see. So I do have crumb cake, which is the same color as the paper we're using. This is my dark crumb cake. So I'm just going to kind of color in that stem. You see that? Okay, nothing fancy. And we're going to do the other side too. What's nice about these stamps is if you just kind of follow the image, it kind of shows you where to make it darker and where to make it lighter. So for this, I'm going to bring in some daubers. Daubers are nice because they're a little bit smaller of an area that they will cover compared to the these blending brushes. They're just kind of big, and that would probably be okay for this. I probably have some yellow on this one yet, but you just have to be a little more careful. So what I want to do on these pumpkins is have the more yellow here and then the darker color on the top and the bottom. So we can do, ooh, that's dark. Always tap off on the, or kind of put it on the paper on the side. I don't know, you probably can't see it, but this picked up a lot of ink. I'm just going to try to bring it on the camera and show you. If I wouldn't have tapped off first, there would have been a big blob on this. But since I kind of went off on the side, hopefully I avoided that. All right, I should do this one too. But we are going to also use the daubers. because I want like this top and bottom part, they're a little bit smaller, and the blending brush, I'm afraid, would go too far out of the actual edge of the pumpkin. Okay, dauber. So I have a bunch of daubers that I keep in a case. I want to find one that works for orange, pumpkin pie. You can also use your blends markers on this. That will be great. I do have a sample that I did that with, so that you can kind of see how that looks. It's got a different look. It's more bold, I guess you'd say, and these are going to be a little bit more of a muted coloring, depending on what you're wanting. Okay, so I am going to make it darker along the bottom. Just trying not to go outside of the lines too much. And I did just kind of tap off on the side again to try to avoid a big blob of color, I guess you'd say. But you can kind of see that that just sort of makes it soft looking. It still retains the stamp, the lines that were on there. So it's just a real soft looking pumpkin, and I'm leaving it lighter along the center there. And I don't know if I told, yeah, this is pumpkin pie and the crushed curry. And I am kind of going along the sides there a little bit darker as well, so that it's the center portion right there that is the lighter. Okay, now if you would want to, you could embellish more. You could put somebody's name on here. I was thinking that would be nice, or if some people, they can write really well, you could put somebody's name on there or up here. If you want to have it on, let's say, your Thanksgiving table or something, kind of a place marker. But it's totally, you know, whatever you prefer. But now, just to kind of dress this up a little bit, I am going to use that embossing folder. My, let's see, this one was that brick and mortar. I'm going to grab my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. I'm hoping it's not too close. I might have to back up a little bit. Kind of close, isn't it? Let me see. See if I can get that kind of backed a little bit so it's not taking up. There we go. Okay, so we're just gonna simple brick and mortar. We're gonna make sure though it's going the right direction. That's one thing I noticed. I don't want my bricks to be going up and down. I want them to be going side to side, so you're going to want to turn it this way, and then we're going to put in one side, whichever side you want to be the front. You could do them both too, but I'm just going to do the one, and then that's just going to make it so that one side is designated as the front a little bit more. You might want to decorate that side a little bit more than the other, but you can do them both the same too. And we're just going to run that through real quick, and that's all it takes to get this really cool brick background on there. All right, let's see what we got. And then it still, of course, has the pumpkin on there. Cool. What do you think? I hope that it looks as good as it, like in person. This brick and mortar is so cool. I'm going to see if I can get it up so you can see. Look at all the detail on that. That has, like, each brick has texture. And some are sticking out more than others. It's just so cool. I love that embossing folder. Okay. Now we're going to be blinging it up a little bit and making it fancy. Put it together. All right. So what you do here is, this is going to be the center as I was showing you before, and this is going to go like that. So your little cutout area, the reason you did that little bit of an angle is to give it room so it doesn't buckle here, okay? The first thing we'll do then is take the liner off of this piece, the longer one here. Where's my tool? Okay. And we're going to find where it goes here. Now, you can kind of put the side up if you want, and that just makes it sort of fall right into place, really. You just kind of want to make sure it's centered and straight and square. And so get it into where you think it is the place, and then just kind of pull these sides up to make sure that it's not going to buckle. So we'll give that a press here. Okay. And then we're going to be taking the liners off of these sides. And let me just, I don't know if you care if I should go in a little bit more maybe. Let's see here. Oops, wrong way. Okay, about here. All right, so then this is going to finish up the structure part of it. I would just do one at a time. And you just want to bring up your side and you want to square that off. So there's a nice square straight edge here. You give that a little bit of a press. And that's nice with the seal. Plus would work well, seal. But I really like the tear and tape because you can get it ready ahead of time. And when you're ready, you can do them one at a time. And it just is a nice, strong adhesive. Hi, Mary. Oh, I haven't seen you for a while. Thank you for, yeah, these embossing folders are fun. Okay, now we'll do these sides. Okay. And if you're having a fall gathering, it'd be kind of fun to have one for everybody, or you could place them around your table or whatever, at each place setting maybe. Or maybe for the grandkids, whatever. So many options, right? So that is the basic structure of this box. And what you will be doing now is just kind of getting it all blinged up and kind of make it cute. We'll be having to fill it up. There's the side with our oak leaves that we stamped. They're just kind of a spray of oak leaves, and each side has our pumpkin on it. But this one is kind of the front because it has the embossing folder on it. All right. Now, one thing I do is I like to make a little bit of a shimmer spray. And there's different ways you can do this. We used to have some gold little pots. Well, the pots aren't gold, but we had this all-purpose ink, and this one was gold. Let me get on this. Here we go. And I would put a little bit in here, and then I would, in a spritzer, and I would put about half water and half alcohol in there, give it a shake, and then you can use that as a shimmery spritz. You can kind of do the same thing with your Wink of Stella. When you're all done with it, you can make a spritz out of that too. And so, or you could just use the Wink of Stella as is and brush it on. I don't know if you use this or not, but these, I just love this, and that really adds a lot to just put some shimmer right where you want it. And you can just go on the outside, you could do the whole thing. Just really makes that kind of stand out. Oh gosh, I'm not on the camera, sorry guys. And you can kind of color that in. I wouldn't saturate it too much because you don't want it to make your image run, but just add a little bit, and then that is going to dry and kind of smooth out a little bit. Right now it looks a little blotchy because of the wetness, but once that dries, it'll just kind of have a little bit of shimmer on there. It's not really even all that obvious. And I'll show you my spray stuff too. If you want to have something like this, I keep this just mixed up all the time. I have one that's gold and one that's more of a whitish type of a shimmer. And you know what else you can use if you don't have that ink I was showing you? There are a lot of like makeup, eye makeup and that kind of thing now that are super, super shimmery, and they have a lot of pigment in them. You can use a little bit of that and put it in here and just shake it up really well, and you'll be amazed. It's just that kind of that mica powder look to it. And that is another way that you can make your own shimmer spray. All right, now what should we put on there for some bling? We're gonna need some ribbon, and I want to also have, yeah, the gem things. So these, you can see they would work really well with that, as well as any metallic would look nice too. But I'm just going to use, like I had shown or told you at the beginning, from the leaf label and amber gem combo pack. I'm going to use these. And my take your pick tool is nice because it'll grab these and just kind of, this end has putty on it, kind of a putty look to it. Now you just kind of want to use this as kind of a, I don't know, just dress it up a little bit, I guess. So I'm going to put one just on the stem, and then I'm going to put another one, oh, let's see, maybe up here. I always do odd numbers, so I'm going to do 3. And where else? What do you think, guys? It's kind of all together, but that's okay. They're kind of roughly a triangle, which is what you're looking for sometimes. Unless you want to do it totally different, you can do that too. It's yours. All right, that is just about it, other than the bow that we're going to make from our ribbon. Let's go ahead and put something in here. Now, depending on, you could put a little bit of shred, or you could put some tissue paper, maybe would look nice too. You could use something like those, the little pumpkin things, and they're kind of the thing that either you love them or hate them. I happen to love them, unfortunately. And so I would love that, but some people don't. And you could do something a little more fancy, like if you had some fancy chocolate, or if you made your own chocolates or candy or whatever you prefer to put in there, you could do that. And that would be a kind of your party favor. This one, now they do kind of stick up. You can kind of make it go upright. So if I fold that over a little bit, I think I can make it so that it would work to be able to fit together. It's a little bit of a stretch. Oh, that's because this needs to get rounded a little bit more. Okay, like so, and then you can see that there's something in there. Okay. So I just happen to have this kind of thing around because it's Halloween coming up. Usually I use a little bit more grown-up friendly candies, but this ought to work. Depends on your audience, right? And who you have at your home and what you're celebrating. Let's just go ahead and tie this shut with a bow. And we can just make a simple bow on the top. If you don't like bows, you could just tie it kind of as a knot, but you do want it big enough so that somebody could actually retie it in the future if they would want to reuse it again, right? So we'll just cinch it right up there. And there we go. Make our nice, lovely bow. Hopefully lovely. If not, you kind of got to play with it and fuss a little bit and pull it and shape it. Okay. Plenty of ribbon, so that's good. But I want it just a little bit more neat and tidy. And then I can trim the tails. Okay, so there is a completely homemade little treat box that you could have at your festivity of any kind. I'll show you a couple more. So this one I did little bit darker, deeper colors. This is our Merry Merlot, and then I used that wheat stamp set on this one, and I did kind of flick it to make a little spotted background on there that helped kind of break up that the yellow because it's really bright. You could really do someone's place setting. This isn't my favorite work, but I wasn't even going to show this side, but I just did. So if you want to put somebody's names on there, you could have it by their spot at the table, that kind of thing. Not my favorite. I do have wheat is stamped on there in the background too. I just thought I'd try that just to see how that looked. This one I don't mind too much. And I can imagine this being done for Christmas. I'll have to try that pretty soon as well. Then the other one I made was a little bit more to it. So what I did with the same pumpkin image, I just cut it out, and then I just used my scissors and kind of rounded it out, and I just really wanted there to be some more shape to it. And so I don't know if you can tell that it's kind of like sticking up a little bit, and I kind of wanted it to be rounded looking, a little bit more dimension on it. I did use a scoring tool, like the kind that has the ball on the end, like something like this, and I kind of pressed down on these ridges on the, press down on the ridges here on the image, and then that just kind of helped to kind of pop it up a little bit and make it more rounded. I put some greenery on there, and then "You are such a blessing" is the little saying here that I tied on. I just use our oval punch set that we have, and I did put this whole thing in with the embossing folder, and I didn't punch the sides. You can see if you didn't punch your sides, that scalloped tag topper there, it looks just fine, just nice and flat too. Just depends what you prefer, but this, like I said, I did use the embossing folder for the whole thing. I just ran it through once, it was kind of folded, and I just put it all the way in the folder and ran it through. Okay, now that was it for my project. I am going to show you some of those swaps I was telling you. I just participated in one recently. Excuse me a second. I'm going to grab those, and I'm going to share what people made. And this is just a fun way. A lot of us demonstrators like to share ideas, and so we get together and do swaps, and we each make the same, like we each make 10 cards. I'm sorry, we make 11 cards. One of them goes to the hostess, and then the rest of them get swapped out with other people. So if I made 2 sets, that means I made 22, and I'm going to get 20 cards back. I made 2 sets of 10, so it just kind of is a fun way to get other ideas. So I'm going to show you some of these swaps here, just so that you can maybe get some ideas. For example, I would never think to stamp this stamp set in those colors, those neutral colors, but it's so beautiful. Oh my goodness, I just love this. This was from, gotta give her credit here. Where are Elaine Mitzel? And this was the Forever Fern dies, and she used the Forever Flourishing dies, and that was her beautiful card. She did a layer here, so this is very vanilla instead of white for the background, and she did a layer, so it really makes it elegant even if it's just tone on tone like this. To add that other layer, it can really dress it up a lot. And then there's the inside. She did stamp it down in the corner. Thought that was super pretty. Next we have a swap from, oh, this is fun. This is I think they call it like a magic slider card. Who sent this? I bet this one I didn't have the name on it. But what you do is they have this tab at the top, and you pull that, and then the image gets colored as you pull it up. Oh yeah, welcome, it says. Isn't that cool? I've made this one type of a card one time, and you just like, how in the world can that work? But it does. All right, so for whoever made this, I'm so sorry that I don't know, because I don't think there was anything in there to let us know who did it. But that's a fun card. This one is from Lori Callies, and I just thought this was so pretty because it's just stamp, ink, and paper. And that's something we try to do sometimes as demonstrators. We'll give ourselves a challenge, SIP, stamp, ink, paper. And isn't that gorgeous? She just masked off this center area, and she did those really bright, vibrant colors. And she just saying hello. She stamped that in there. I just love the cheeriness of this card. So that was so pretty. And like I said, that was by Lori Kelly's. This is from Rose Carey. Now, if that isn't a gorgeous, bright, summery, cheerful card, wishing you the happiest of birthdays. She's got banners in the background. She has layers of cardstock. Her sentiment strip is up on dimensionals. And what a cute butterfly. She has 3 of the gemstones on there too. It's got kind of a layer from the dies on this with this pack. And no one deserves a happier birthday than you. And she even made the inside look real cute. So what a beautiful card from Rose, sorry. Sherry Stanley made this one. And she did a bunch of techniques on here. And I don't know if you know, I'm a technique person, so I love doing stuff like this. We have those masks that are like a stencil, basically. And so she did her own background, and she did a little bit of coloring in the corners to make this kind of pop a little bit more in the center. She has this diamond. We do have a set that has the thanks, that it has the outside and the actual part that is the lettering. So it's kind of like it has that shadow attached to it. One of the swaps I did, and I bet I forgot to even save a sample for you guys to see, but I kind of used the same type of thing on mine, and then I just used the blends and colored each of the letters, and then I put it on foil. So love this. This is such a flexible, cool thing. It just makes a card all on its own. Then she has 3 of the cute brass butterfly little gems on there. Pretty, pretty. And so again, that was from Sherry. This is from Cheryl Hall, and this is such a beautiful fall colored card. She has the washi tape here. It's with very vanilla. This is some paper that we have that's super shiny and glimmery. Comes in a pack of 3 different colors maybe, and just real glimmery looking. She used an embossing folder here. I'm so fond of you. And beautiful fall card. I think this is that pumpkin pie that we used earlier today. Thank you, Cheryl. This one is from Amanda Martin. Wow, gorgeous. She's got, this it looks like it's all embossed, so it is like real shiny. I think she might have clear embossed over the coloring of her lighthouse here. And she has, I think there's maybe, I don't know how you do that. Is it a stamp maybe that does the light part of it? Lots of ink blending and just beautiful. Fades out into kind of that purpley color here. The water itself gets darker to the horizon. So she did a lot. Oh, cute. Look at the knot that she made on there. I love that. Huh, that's different. Very cute. Love and light. I keep going up too far. So again, thank you, Amanda Martin. And the paper that was used was, I'm trying to find. Maybe it doesn't say. Cardstock and DSP. I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't see. Oh, she did use our masking paper and did a lot of techniques on there, so I love that. This one is from Paula Nicely, and this is a gorgeous way to use black and white. It's always so striking, isn't it? Thankful we are friends, and she has just kind of this layout is very doable, but I don't think to do it very often, just black and white. But it's very striking. You are unique and completely amazing. Thankful we are friends. All right, Paula, thank you. Brenda Georgie made this one. Wow, that's cool. She kind of shredded up this ribbon. Now this I've done 2 before where you just fray this one. Let's see. It's called the white. It just says white. Oh, frayed ribbon, white frayed ribbon, and it's pretty wide. It's 1.9, no, it is 3/4 of an inch wide. So that's what she used there. And then she also took some of the frayed little pieces and just kind of put it in the background behind these labels. There's a lot here, black and white. Then she has a layer that is embossed with an embossing folder, and then the beautiful hello die cut here for that one. And Brenda Georgie, like I said, she made that. You are a real blessing to everyone around you. So pretty. Maria Friedman made this one. Oh, very pretty as well. This one is a corner easel card, I believe they call it. So it sits up like that. So this is what it looks like from the front here when you have it sitting up. It says, I'm here for you. And you can see the real pretty die cut and watercolor looking. I don't know what she did, but it's gorgeous. And just the way she has it made here, it starts like this. It's got the book binding on it, and then it swivels, and then just uses that shape that is up on dimensionals here as kind of a little stopper to make it stay upright. And it says, I'm here for you on the inside. So pretty. And you can display that one. Very nice. Maria. Sally Ellsworth made the next one. This one is that gorgeous, what is that, sky, sun prints. Sun prints paper. I just love this so much. It's that night of navy and white together. What a striking combination. A heartfelt thank you. It's a Z-fold card. And this is a 8.5 by 11 background piece here that she used with the Forever Fern, I believe it is, embossing folder. So such a pretty card. Oh, love it. Thank you, Sally. Next, we're going to show you one that is from somebody, Elaine Mitzel. This is so cute. I have a couple of friends who love tea, and I love how she has the greenery and a flower both sticking out of the little teacup here. And the teacup is even stamped and filled in with blends. There's that fern embossing folder on the background here. And she has a knot up there, and it says, take care of yourself. So kind of a sunny, uplifting card to send to somebody. Isn't that cute? Yeah, so then you can see the card base is our standard card base, but it's cut, looks about like it was cut in half there. And I don't know if that's a gatefold. Let's see. I'm just going to see if she has anything more on here. Nope. Wow, that's so pretty. I'm going to probably duplicate that one someday. All right, here is one from Lori Callies again, a different, she is the one, I think. Did she do that other stamping one? That was maybe the same set. It's really pretty and bright. I'm looking for it here. I think. Is this Lori? Yeah, Lori did this one too. Isn't that pretty? It's the same stamp set, I believe. But they're just so bright and cheerful. There is beauty in everything. And there's one of those brass butterflies on there. All right, Lori, thank you. Here is one from Amanda Martin. This is one of those cute little piggy ones. Go to your happy place and stay there all day. I love that one. Isn't that cute? The little happy pig there. Can you see that? And then you open it up. Hope it's the best. And then you could put a card in there that is a gift card or cash or something, or just kind of have your note that you've written to them in there. And so this is an enclosed little pocket area. So that is a great idea too. Oh, so cute. And now Paula Nicely, another one that she did here. This one is a lot of a fun combination of colors with the gray and the red like that. Very pretty. And it says, let today be the start of something new. This is a die that we have, and this is an embossing folder. I don't know if you can see those stripes and something else is the embossing folder. It's the more narrow ones that we can use with our smaller Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Very nice. Okay, it is Stripes and Splatters is the name of the embossing folder for that. Very pretty. Thank you, Lori. Was it Lori? Paula. I'm so sorry. Paula. I'm not a good name person. Rose Carey made this one for us. How pretty. Life is sweet. And there's our life is but a bowl of cherries or whatever, right? Lots of texture, layers, banners. I think we had a sketch challenge, which means we had gotten something, I believe, from our upline Rachel, and she gives you this kind of a basic layout, and then you make it yours, and I believe this is that layout that we were working on. And so that is such a pretty card. Lots of layers with you in it. So life is sweet with you in it. Cute. Wow, that's a lot there. That's very nice. Thank you, Rose. Amy Rudd sent this one. Now look at that. Isn't that pretty? Miss You, it says, and it uses this technique of triple matte, I believe it is. This background here is embossed with some leaves, so it's the dark brown early espresso color, and the same color is used to matte all three of these. And there's that pretty gold ribbon that we have out now, and this is on very vanilla cardstock, and I think she did some sponging of some color on it too, and that just really makes it look fancy. And there is Wink of Stella on there, which you're probably not able to pick up on all of that, but really pretty card. And that, I can see that as a sympathy card too. I don't know why, but very pretty. Thank you, Amy. Cheryl Hall made this one, and it has some of that same paper that we saw earlier that was on this card, this kind of that shimmery paper, and they used it the opposite direction on this one. Happy Thoughts of You, and this is some washi tape that we have right now. She used very vanilla on the label, and she also decorated the inside and used that washi tape there too. Very pretty. Thank you, Cheryl. Cynthia Howard made this one. This is really fun. It's a spanner card, I think they call it. There's window sheeting here, and then the kayaker is on there. Relax and enjoy your day. And there you go. See how that's kind of made here? She even put some designer series paper on the back side as well. And that sentiment just shows right through. Very cute. Cynthia Howard. All right, guys, I think that's it. I think I got them all. That's a lot, right? Oh, how would you ever pick your favorite? I would never do that. So, we're back. I think we made pretty good time tonight. We're at an hour. Wow. But the swaps, like we didn't have the swaps, I would have been done like at a decent time for once. You might not care about that, but hi Cindy, you're on there too. Thank you. If you think that's cute, I appreciate it. I want to see that in a Christmas one too. That'll be really cute. You can make that for coworkers or to have as a party favor, that kind of thing. So I appreciate you tuning in. Next week is November 3rd, and we'll be back here. I will have a guest, possibly, right? One of you that's watching right now. We might have a guest. We'll see if I can talk her into doing the show with me. Either that or she'll just be off to the side, but we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, thank you for joining me, everybody. Take